Hi friends, welcome to my channel, Pen and Paper. Have you ever struggled with the first page journal ideas? I know I have, and so in this video I'm going to share a fun, cheap, and easy first page idea for beginners. So go ahead and grab yourself your hot tea or your cold fizzy drink, grab your journal, and make sure to follow along. The supplies that you'll need ranges from stickers to washi tape to scrapbook paper, or you can honestly print out free images from Pinterest and cut out your own images. You can print your images on sticker paper, cardstock paper, or even regular printer paper. The sky is really the limit, and using reused paper saves money, and it's also a way to repurpose something to make it look pretty in your journal. So what I'm going to do is one of the easiest ways to break in a new journal for me is I'm going to decorate the first page with art. It removes the fear of not knowing what to write. No matter your skill level, you can easily collage scraps of paper. So I'm showing you the book that I received at the thrift store. I love getting books at thrift stores because you can get images for very cheap. I think the books, all the hardcover books, are 25 cents at my thrift shop. So I also get children's illustration books. And yes, I do cut up old ones to use the images in my journals. And so the idea that I'm doing today is I'm going to be using some browns and some purples. But just because I'm using browns and purples on my first page doesn't mean that the entire journal needs to be filled with only browns and purples. As I go through in my journal, as I put pen to paper, I will be journaling kind of what I'm in the mood for. So if I'm in the mood for something cute and like a teddy bear theme, I will go ahead and grab images and make it teddy bear theme. If I want something floral, maybe because I'm doing a garden notebook, then I will go ahead and grab images and grab my flowers. I'm realizing that I'm not really liking the way that the cut pieces look, so I'm going to start tearing the paper instead. And I really like the way that the tearing works. So on this notebook, what it is it's an Artist Loft notebook from Michaels, and it was only $5.50 because I saved 30% off by ordering it online. And the page that I'm actually doing the art in is the first page that you would write in. So the cardstock pages in the front, I kind of just leave them alone. And what I want to do is I want to add art specifically to these pages. And I do that so that way I can just make it flow with my writing and my art throughout the consistency of this journal. And if you guys subscribe to my channel, you'll be able to see me finish and fill this journal and even write in it. So if that's something that you would like to watch, make sure that you've subscribed. And also, if you find that this is going to be a helpful video to you and you've liked my video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up because it really does help my channel out. And as you can see in this, there is white core on this colored paper. And because of that, I tend to rip it in one direction and then flip it over to hide the white underneath. That way you can't see the white. I do have distressed inks, but I really wanted to make this simple and beginner friendly, so I didn't whip out my distressed inks and ink the edges at all. For the front page of my journal, I do like to commemorate the date of when I began that journal. So that is why I do art there. And it totally removes all the fear of what am I going to write in this journal. Because let's face it, sometimes we think that a book might be specific to cooking or a specific hobby that we have, but in reality, I tend to like mash my journals up together and kind of write about anything that I'm in the mood for that day. The key is making sure that I put pen to paper every day. As long as I'm picking up my journals and I'm writing something in them, my journals, they will get longer and longer the more time that you give it. You don't have to write out, when you start a journal, it's okay to write out a sentence or two at the very beginning and call it a day, and that can be your page 1. As time goes on, you will find more things to write. And you can also add art to supplement the pages that don't get filled with writing. I mean, really, your journal can be a mixture of scrapbooking, art, and writing. So it doesn't all have to be one specific method. I'm really liking the tulips from the book that I cut the page out. And so what I want to do is I want to incorporate that on my first page. So actually I did a double spread. This is what is called, like if you do both sides, it's called an open spread. I was only going to originally do one side, but I decided to go ahead and do art on the left-hand side just to make it kind of match. The purple paper is being ripped in one direction. It does have that white inner core that I spoke about when I was ripping up the other piece. Now, because of that white core, I rip it all face up, and then I'm going to flip it over. Now, that's going to kind of be where I put my date. So I'm planning on either making a sticker that has the date or using my marker with a calligraphy type of writing style to add the date of when I begin this journal. I really like the flowers on that sticker sheet. The only thing is, though, that I do have to fussy cut out those elements. And so I'm just trying to decide kind of what pieces I want to bring in to my collage. And here I am just sticking down the book page to the left-hand side of my spread. And those purple flowers are absolutely beautiful, and I never realized that purple and orange would look so good together if it wasn't for the idea from this book. And so don't be afraid to use bold colors or colors out of your comfort zone. It's always a good idea to look up color combinations, and it's fun to kind of mix and match and find your own style. I wanted to incorporate the ripped paper from the right hand side and add it to the left hand side. So here I am just ripping up a strip of paper so that I can try to make a border around my photo. I also have plum washi tape that I use on the sides of it and just kind of finish out the look of what that looks like. Again, I wanted to make it look like it was in some type of frame on the page. Adding a little bit of gray washi tape so that way I can add some more plum colored washi tape to the other side of this. Now remember, I don't really write anything on this decorative page. The only thing that I'm going to be writing is the start date of when this journal was started. The butterflies are some type of PET tape stickers. I got them at the washi tape shop and they go really well on any type of surface. They go on colored paper and they go really well on white. Now the dolls or the girls are basically a washi type of paper, and because I put it on a darker color, you can actually see the white background around the doll. However, if I were to put her directly on the page alone without putting a background behind her, she would melt into the page really nicely, and the white page, like I'm going to show you throughout the video, not this video, but if you subscribe to my channel and we finish this journal together, you'll see how I add the dolls in and how they will pop off the page and the background will disappear on the white paper. My left hand looks absolutely horrible. I do have a new baby kitten and he is using his little murder mittens on my hand. So hopefully throughout the videos that I do make, my hands don't look so rough in all the videos. And there is where I'm not really sure what orientation I'm going to be writing or putting that on. So I do keep it set aside, but I didn't add it to the front. So this is kind of a flip of how the front looks. And at that point in time, it looked good enough for me to be done. But I did come across a sticker that I almost forgot about and I had to cut it out and add it. And it has a bird on it and some flowers. So I will go ahead and quick fussy cut that out. Because my journal does not have a pocket in the back, I go ahead and I create one just by using some simple scrapbook paper. And I'm going to go ahead and notch a little point for getting access to my pocket easier. So as you can see, all I did was kind of flip and fold some paper to make it look like an envelope. And I will be putting this in my journal. But for now, I am going to decorate this little envelope. And so I want to make it match the theme of my first page. And so I'm going to be using some of the colors that I used in my journal. I kept it simple and I just used washi on the sides. I think it'll hold up pretty well, and if it doesn't, I can always tape it down more in my book. But for now, it's just going to be washi tape. And so I added that tag of the date card that I made for the front. I added it to the pocket because I will be adding that to my journal at a later time. And there it is. I finally added the last piece onto the first page, and it looks really pretty. In my opinion, I like it. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move towards the back. Here's an added bonus for matching another page in your journal. If you like the way that the first page looks and you want to make the end page match, now is the perfect time to decorate the back of your journal. So in this one, I add another scrapbook paper, and it doesn't necessarily match, but I bring in colors from the front to the back to make it flow really nice together. So that way when I open my journal from either ends, it does have some type of theme. And in this theme, it's purple. Purple and flowers and butterflies. Another book page that I really do want to add on the right hand side of the scrapbook that I made at the back. I just haven't added it yet. I don't know what orientation I want it to be, so I'm giving it a little bit more time to think about it. I'm really sorry that I never zoomed in on this video, and in the future videos I will be more aware of doing that so you can see better. But on this journal, it is a bullet journal from Michaels, and it does have the dot grid. So in future videos, I will be sure to zoom in so you can see the pieces of exactly what I'm doing a lot better. So here is the back. It's completely finished, and I think it looks really good with the front of it. Another added bonus for this journal is adding that envelope that we made and putting it in the back of my journal. And so I'm putting in the extra pieces that I want to be sure to add through the journal as I journal. So I'm just going to quick decorate this envelope, and I'm bringing in the colors once again from the theme of the front page cover, which is purple. And I'm also cutting out some of those girls because I just think that they're really cute and they have the most adorable expressions on their faces. So when I do this journal, you will see me add a lot of pieces for the journal in the envelope, but honestly, at the very end of my journaling, what I will do is I will write a letter to my future self, and I will answer the letter in the future. So that's also another way that you guys can personalize your journal just for you. Add that envelope and put in letters. You can put letters in from people that you love if you didn't want to put them on the pages. You can put letters in like that. You can put things that your children drew for you if you want to. You can add cards to it that you were given during this time of your journaling if you didn't add any of those into your pages. I do add things like cards, photos, drawings that my children do, and I do glue them in on the actual pages of my journal. So why I still always do envelopes. So if my journal doesn't come with one, I'll just make one. And I wanted to make the flap differentiated from the actual envelope, so I just added some of that plum washi to the top, and I don't use the tool, I just use my scissors and I round the corners that way, and I really do think it looks pretty cute. If it wasn't a scrap piece of paper, I would have made it fit the entire back of the book. So this book is 6 inches by 8 inches, and I definitely would have made it a lot deeper of an envelope, but I just used what I had and I really like the result of it. That's the completed front page end page and pocket. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for staying with me as long as you did. And here is the result of what it looked like. It's so pretty, and I cannot wait to fill this journal up with you guys. So stay tuned. Please subscribe. Please like. Please comment. In this back page where I am showing you right here, I actually just write out the date that I've completed this journal. So that's how I do my art, you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next video. Again, I know I said that, but thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.